Hey, let's talk about this new project that you're working on, I'ma Do Me.
Yes, that is the latest and the greatest. That actually is a project that my mother and I started a production company called Silver Shadow Productions, and it was actually a company I started right before I started Taina. And being that show came about, we kind of put it on the back burner. But after the show, we decided to pick it back up again and start, because we have a lot, we have a lot of things that we would like to do and that we've been trying to pursue in the business for a while in terms of like writing scripts, pitching scripts. I always have been a writer in terms of music as well. So I've always had my own ideas, and being that, I'm not signed to a major label right now, and I'm not really locked into anything, I felt like it would be a good time for me to try to get some of our projects off the ground. So I'ma Do Me is the debut project for us, and we actually shot that video in Pensacola, Florida. The track is from an up-and-coming producer from Pensacola, Florida. All the actors are from my mom's hometown. It's all local people. I found a director that actually, he's done a few videos, but his thing is mostly like, documentaries and things like that for the Historical Society. And being that I shot my video at one of the biggest historical sites in Pensacola, I contacted him because he knows that area so well, and he was recommended through a friend of mine, and he's from Pensacola as well. His name is Travis Patterson. And so since then, there's a lot of up-and-coming artists in that area. Everybody's like, where did you find that dude? Where is he? And he's been getting a lot of hits because of that, because he's really, really talented. And we actually did it on a very small budget. It was a lot of favors, a lot of people just wanting to be a part of it, and really helped them coming together. And I think we came up with a decent video. So, people are loving it so far.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When I saw the video, I was impressed. Like as an independent artist, you guys did a great job with that video. I mean,
thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a nice quality video, and the song is pretty hot too. How'd you come up with that one?
That was actually just I heard this track that this producer that I worked with. I always go to him and see what he's coming up with new. And this track I bought from him for the company, and I just started writing one day. That happens. It's kind of spur of the moment type thing, and it was a song that is one of those times when you kind of need to motivate yourself, and you're just tired of all the haters and all the blockers, and you just really trying hard to working hard to get your thing back on the map again. Grinding out there, and it's kind of you getting the doors slammed constantly, and you got people that are just like, what you doing? What you been up to? It's been a while since you've been on TV. Just discouragement, all the time, that sort of thing. So it's just like, what? I started writing those lyrics, and they just started flowing like water, and it was just such a strong song lyrically to me, and it had such a meaning. I was like, this would be a good debut song, just to let people know what type of person I am, what type of grind I'm on. It's not a love song. It's not a typical song, so I didn't want to, the video, I could be really creative with it because it wasn't a love song or anything typical. So I thought that was a good pick. And, we have some other songs that we've recorded and hope to release soon, but that's, one that we're really hoping to push right now. I hope it does pretty well. So. Yeah.
And when you look back at your growth from the Nickelodeon days, and you had a big following back then, and then when Nickelodeon was over, when the show was over, and you saw the people that you lost. Talk about that core of support that continued to stay with you, and how important that is always to have when it comes to that core support.
Oh man, that was one of the things that has always boggled my mind. That, the show has been off the air for a while, and I can still go on YouTube and look at some of my clips that these fans have been posting themselves. I mean, all those YouTube videos and stuff, Taina clips and all that, that wasn't any of us posting it. There's a couple of things on my channel now, but that was the fans from the UK, Japan, everywhere that were posting these videos, and you can see comments that were posted maybe a week ago, maybe a few days ago, and they're like, I really missed the show. I wish Nickelodeon would bring it back. The shows that are on air right now don't compare to this one, and, it's just like you still see all this love, and I'm like, wow, like that show wasn't even on for a lot of seasons for people to still be loyal and to, still reach out to me and ask me, when are you coming out with the new album, or what show are you going to be on next? Like, that's love, and I appreciate it. I never take it for granted, because it's so important. Like, those loyal fans, I was in Atlanta one time actually auditioning for a movie, and some of the fans that are like now, they're like 22, 23, like they were recognizing me at this audition. It was like, what? And they were like, oh my God, like, you know, I recognize you off of your voice. And it's like, what? Are you serious? Like, God, you know, you're getting grown now, but you're still thinking about me, you know? And so I appreciate it. I really do. And that's what drove me to start a new project on my own. Like, I didn't want to wait for a label to pick me up, wait for it to be cast, you know, in a major role again. I just kind of wanted to start something so that, you know, they've been asking. All these fans have the soundtrack. They watch the show. They know I'm a singer and an actress, so they're constantly asking for things. And, you know, next we're going to shoot a pilot, because actually the video is a segue for a script that I wrote called Moguls, which is a script that me and my mom are going to produce a pilot for. So, you know, that's why the interview is to be continued, yeah. So we're going to keep it moving.
Yeah.
We're not waiting on nobody.
There you go. That's awesome. And you guys know that this platform is always available for you. And when Miss Breezy hit me up and asked if you could come on the show, I said definitely. And the funny part about it, Latangela, when I was searching the show and looking at the show, one of the first clips that came up was the clip from when I think you guys were starting a group.
Yes.
And and I was like, and you broke your note. Was it you that sang the note and everybody left the building? Was that you?
Yes, that was
you. Yeah, that was you. I was like, hold on, I know she's acting, but hopefully that new single don't sound like that.
Right, exactly. No, they had me being a hot mess on that show. But yeah, actually, on the soundtrack too, I was featured on 3 of the songs as well. So that, you know, that helps with in terms of my music, because people are familiar with my voice, and so that kind of drives. They look for music from me and stuff. So that show kind of set me up a little bit, but, you know, just we weren't on the air as long as I hoped to be. But like you said, those loyal fans that were watching it, you know, they're still with me. So hopefully, you know, they'll stick with me throughout everything else. And also, like, some of the fans have become part of my staff. You know, like, they are actually, you know, doing a lot of legwork for me. They're doing, you know, a lot of the promotional work for me. They're, you know, remixing the song. They're just doing a lot. Like, everybody's jumped on board and shown me so much love. So Sean Ryan actually is one of the guys that contacted you. He actually started off as a super fan of mine. And I've been in contact with him for a couple of years now. And he is his thing was entertainment as well. Like, he has his, you know, his publicist thing that he does, and he also is an artist and a writer as well. So we linked up, you know, after we linked up on just, you know, him being a fan, after talking to him, you know, and listening to his music, I kind of reached out to him a little bit more. And so we're actually working together. He works for the company now. And, you know, yeah, so it's definitely important to have that loyalty from the fans, because it's really, like, you know, made me feel like I've chosen the right path again to get out here and really try to make something happen on my own, because everybody's really showing me so much love and support. So,
real talk. And guys. Oh, yes, yeah, definitely. And I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I was explaining to her the same thing, that a lot of times when you begin new ventures, especially being independent, a lot of times with the grind that we're going to go through, you're going to realize that a lot of people that are going to have your back are going to be people that you don't even know, or support from people that you least expected that support from. And I made a statement to her that kind of really hit home. I told her, you know, as we speak, and you know, you find out where your friendship come from. And I said, don't take this the wrong way, but look at it like this. You know, I have a book, a published book out called Truisms, and I said, you don't even have you've never purchased a copy of the book. And she just sat there and just was like, you know what, you're right. And I said, that's how it is. A lot of times you're so comfortable with the people around you, sometimes you forget you're not supporting them. And when I told her, I mentioned that, I was like, you know, the book's been out for a few months now, and you don't even have a copy of the book. And it made her really think, like, wow, you are so right. Okay, next time I see her, I'm going to grab a copy of it or whatever. But that just shows you where your support's going to come from. You very rarely know, because it's going to be those people that you don't know that have your back.
That's so true, and that's such a good way to put it, because I found that, you know, like my Facebook is a mixture of some personal, some family, a lot, you know, some fans. And, again, the people that didn't comment or people that didn't really show the love are the people that knew me, You know, it was tons of love from people that, you know, and I'm not saying that everybody that knew me didn't, but, again, you look for certain people to say, oh, great job. You know, because I held it back from even, like, my closest people because I didn't want anybody to really see it. Only, you know, a select few people saw it before it aired on YouTube. But, you know, you're right. You know, maybe they do forget. Sometimes people get upset. You get upset about it. You know, you think people are hating or you think what, but sometimes they do forget, and that's a good way to put it. So that was a little bit of wisdom for me, a little knowledge. Because, you know, that's a good way to look at it. Sometimes you give people the benefit of the doubt, you know, that they're just so comfortable they forget. But